All right, Jim, a couple more questions. And I know we said, I guess, the program, because of how long we've run, we will bring Guess the Program back next week.
Guess when we're going to do Guess the Program.
Next week here on the show. Jim, a couple more questions and we'll get out of here. This one was sent via email to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Noel in Ireland. What if, by some miracle, Shawn Michaels was actually a stand-up employee and a team player during the mid to late 90s? How would the wrestling landscape have changed? And would other wrestlers, like British Bulldog and Vader, have gotten a run with the world title? There is also the knock-on effect of no curtain call, Triple H winning King of the Ring 96, so no Austin 316 promo. So a lot of WWF history depends on Shawn Michaels being an immature asshole.
Well, now that you look at it that way, maybe it's better he was a flaming uncircumcised prick. No, I mean, there is a cause and effect between, the Austin 316 and that whole 9 yards that cannot be denied. And to be honest, Vince had missed Austin to that point and wasn't really interested. And the ringmaster thing sucked and he was being himself, but who knows if he'd have gotten that opportunity or that kind of opportunity at that point if Triple H hadn't fucked up. But with Michaels, he was never going to be a transformative guy like a Bruno or a Hogan or an Austin or whatever. But he was the best worker in the business in the ring. And not just the best worker performer of moves in the business like a Chris Benoit type, but the best worker. He had the head for it, the way to have matches, the way to do things. He was so far ahead of most people that if he hadn't been on pills and the smell of his own farts, he could have. Vader definitely would have gotten a run because Vince was ready to do it. And Vader probably would have been effective in short term as a champion, and then Shawn would have been better off for winning it back from him. I don't know they would have made Davey champion just because Davey never went a long period of time where he didn't do something of his own accord or outside the ring to get in his own way. And I don't know that he ever would have been the WWF champion. But business would have been easier to conduct, probably a little bit better, certainly more consistent if Michaels had not been, childish and been himself.
How different would the locker room atmosphere be if Shawn Michaels had not been who he was in the 90s?
That would have probably been the best part about it, is just everybody would have got along a lot more instead of having all the groups and the divisiveness and the assholery going on. But I don't know that Michaels would have drastically changed the business in, many multiples or took it to another level like the guys that I mentioned. But, he was the best at what he did, and it certainly could have been easier and probably could have been a little bit better.